Alright. This is what if Deku had the powers of the Ten Commandments. Well, this ain't got spoilers in it, cause this ain't got huge spoilers in it. Well, some of the abilities, cause they ain't no any next season. No any manga for now, so I got a little spoilers, so to say. But yeah, again, we got this started. Now, before anything else, again, how this would be is they're not going to be like the orbs, not in the series itself, just like the abilities, so to say. Cause if you don't know any anime, them is direct powers from Demon King. So if a person holds all 10, that mean they'll die, because they can't withstand the amount of power that the commandment so thinks is half of the Demon King's power. Only persons that can hold them is Meliodas and Zeldris. But how this would be is that Deku can be like and be a descendant of Meliodas or Zeldris. He can be a descendant of the demon race. But I said he can be a descendant of Meliodas. Cause fuck it. He can be a descendant of Meliodas. And in this now, when he ain't get them right off the bat, he can train with various people from the commandments, and he can gain, including Meliodas in this, so he can gain like certain abilities from them, and some of them he might pick up on their personality. So in this one, he can start off with Meliodas, and since Meliodas held the commandment of love, I want Esteros to be this. Is Esteros already a demon per se? Nah. I'm gonna put Esteros in this. I left out Esteros. I like Esteros. I fuck with Esteros in this series. No. But nah, I'm not out here in it. I can just select the love commandment for now. It just hold a little section of the foreigner wielder's ability. Like how all one for all is like a stockpiling quirk. It can just slightly be like that. But either way, this can start off with, this can also be like in the land of Britannia, but like decades, millennial into the future. So in this now, Deku born was still with Inko and Ting, and he born, the doctors see something unusual in Deku, cause in Deku born, Deku wasn't crying, nothing, he did just silent. I had this like cool glare to he, right? He just didn't say that, he didn't say that much, but he did just he would just want to go to Inko, and he was style she, he wouldn't let like nobody else really hold he or anything, so. But when he the barn, the doctor just realized he had a little mark on top. Yeah, I don't know if you could see it there. But had a little mark on top he had like that. But for Zeldris and Meliodas, them clockwise. So if Zeldris got hit point, he right side, Meliodas got hit point, he left side. But for Deku, it was directly in the middle. Same pattern, everything, but directly in the middle of his forehead. And the doctors was wondering if this is secret. Was it never went away or anything. So them had a check and realized and it's not a quirk, but it does have powers. They know it is in the skull and see how it developed when he older. Now a few years pass. Deku don't go to the same school as Bakugo. I ain't paying that. He don't go to the same school as Bakugo. He does good. He's just good like a random school, and he's good at random school. Oh, I might mix Elizabeth and Geraldine this a bit. I met them like a mixture of each other personalities. Either way, Deku's just gone normal school, but in this school, people, they ain't sure if he quirkless or not, cause he don't exhibit behavior of a quirkless person, cause he's still naturally strong, naturally fast, and durable. But nobody don't really get around Deku, cause Deku's got this cold glare to him. He's got this cold glare that if somebody kind of asks, he's saying he's just like shot them down with one and give them like a cold response, like he ain't care, that type of vibe. He don't acknowledge people. He don't let them directly in them eye or anything. So you could be talking to he face to face, and he had turn, or he would just not be looking at you. You can't get direct eye contact from him. You know. One night, Deku was sleeping, and he had this little weird dream, and all he heard was, "It seems you're my descendant, kid." No, this ain't cheerful, joyful Meliodas, you know. This is like leader of the 10 Commandments Meliodas, no emotions type Meliodas. That type of Meliodas. So Deku asks, "Who are you?" Meliodas would answer, "Hey, I'm the leader of the 10 Commandments, the eldest son of the Demon King, and I guess I'm your ancestor or predecessor, or whatever you may call it." And Deku was like, okay, what do you want? Well, for one, kid, you may end up meeting the rest of the other commandments, and you may pick up on some of our behavior, and you'll be able to gain our abilities as well as the abilities of the commandment. You may not get the commandment itself, but you will be given its special abilities. Deku says, "What do you mean, really?" "Well, to put it simple, kid, you're cold, and sometimes you don't behave like you have any emotions, correct?" Deku's like, "Yeah, well, that's a trait you got from me. I'm cold and ruthless. I kill without a second thought, and I do it, and I necessarily don't fight serious unless I have to. That's a trait you got from me. And my commandment is the commandment of love." And Deku then asks, "The commandment of love, what exactly does it do?" Deku then says it's simple. Anyone who holds hatred in their heart towards you can't inflict any damage to you, or those who try to harm you won't be able to do it. The only way they could really bypass this is if they, well, to put it simply, couldn't care less about you. That's the only way they can really bypass this commandment. And I go like, oh, okay, that's kind of handy. He says, yeah. Also, I'll be teaching you some of my abilities as well. How to wield a sword. And Deku was like, alright. When do we begin? He says no. So Meliodas and Deku train for a bit, and when the time comes, Deku learn full counter and Trillion Darkness. I think that's the name. No, he got both full counters. He got the full counter that any anime, the full counter that Meliodas got could counteract magic and send it back. But in this, it can replace to like send back quirks, and it can be able to use to send back physical attacks. So he got both. Trillion Darkness is like Meliodas' original magic power. It's just like a bunch of black orbs that he condense, and he able to move at will. I think he learned them and 1,000 divine slashes, and yeah, I think that's it. And I think that's them the abilities I can remember. Oh, and Rebellion, which is Estarosa's ability with the 7 blades, but I ain't necessarily got a use for that, so we ain't really add that in. Now Meliodas tells Deku that those are all the abilities that I've ever used or mastered over my years of living. And Deku says, alright, thanks. And one last thing, were you always cold and ruthless? Meliodas would then say, no, I wasn't. I was for a while I was the leader, but after a time I met a girl, and she eventually changed me, and I stopped being the way I am. Hopefully you'll meet someone like that, kid. But at the same time, hopefully you don't, because it can cause a world of pain. Trust me. And after that says, alright, thank you, Meliodas. And we meet again. Meliodas says, maybe not. It isn't guaranteed. Hell, maybe when you master most of the other commandments abilities, maybe we will meet. Or maybe if you're feeling bored, you can always conjure up me or Monspeet, and we can have a spar to see if see how stronger if you've become. And like, alright, thanks. So he wake up, and this is just like when he's, you learn from Meliodas when he's just sorry about that, when he's just like 10. No, yeah, 10. So Deku wake up and go aunt Deku like why he is. Is he okay? Because he seems a little bit different. Deku says, yeah, I'm fine. No, he ain't necessarily cold or not his soul to Inko. But he cold to other people. But he still got that like emotionless expression on his face. And Inko then tell you that the mark on your forehead has expanded. No. Deku be confused and go and look. It will slightly get like, let me see. It will slightly get darker and bigger. And when I'm still after he trained with like maybe Zeldris and Monspeet or somebody else, the demon mark will expand to like how in Meliodas fight the 10 commandments, so it was. And it will eventually become the big one on his forehead. And that he was like, interesting. No. That he'll go and he'll begin school today and he will eventually batter upon a blonde kid. And so this blonde kid is Bakugo and he booms. He's against school. Then remember it's in good separate schools. So while he the walking, Bakugo like bump into Deku. Now Deku don't necessarily know Bakugo, he know of Bakugo because Mitsuki and Inko, I mean like close friends, but I mean it's like neighbors sorta. So they know of each other, but they never had a conversation or anything so of the sort. So Bakugo he going to stop and like, watch where you're going, punk, or I'll blast you. And Deku turn around and like, if you really want to try, you can try that. Why don't you? But I can guarantee that you will regret it in the end. And Bakugo was like, what was that? No, Deku ain't got no sword, but Meliodas can. If he was like, from what you see from, if you watch various animes, if he's a master swordsman, a stick, a ruler, anything could be used as a sword. So Deku look on the ground and pick up a little twig, and they're like, you know, come at me before I have a class to get to. And the four of them would try to rush at Deku, but will be stopping them tracks and fall to them knees. And then we like, what? I can't move. Is this his quirk? And then Deku remember like, when Meliodas tell you about the commandment of love, those who have ill intent towards him or hold hatred in their heart will be unable to harm him. And Deku's like, Deku will think to himself and be like, I guess the commandment activated. That's kind of neat. So Deku will get down to like, he can kneel down to Bakugo and he lackeys to that one and be like, well, this is a surprise. Weren't you going to attack just now? And Bakugo would be like, "You bastard, who are you?" And Deku would be like, "That's none of your business." Boom! Kicking the face. Sending flag. You know, saying hit after he sent our first kick towards he saying he flag. He can send another. He can do it like a little. He ain't lift he like high. Hit the goon that had the wings. And he head down into the cement, caving it in. He can rugby kick the other one in the side of the head, sending them crashing into a building. And curve stomp another one into the ground. And Deku walk and be like, "Well, I hope we don't meet again. Well, for your sake at least." He walk, he go to school. He a little bit late. He accustomed to being late, so the teacher don't really dig name. So teacher taught, and we said like, let us say he does, and like PE and so physical activities he's extremely good at. And the girls at school, like he bought them like he too cold and he does like reject them instantly and stuff like that. So before I forget, some of the commandments, even in the manga, was never explained what them could really do. Like God Senior, the commandment of purity, and I think Monspeet is only them two called Monspeet when it was explained. But I don't understand like purity, but repose. I will go do research on the word and put it some way that could help. So this day gone, and Deku gone home, and he sees Inko talking to Mitsuki's, and Inko asks Deku if he gone into a fight earlier with this kid. With him. And Deku be like, who? During head he would see like Bakugo and he'd be like, it's you. Yeah. Again, a little scuffle. Well, not a scuffle, what's the best word to put it? Disagreement with some of him and his lackeys. And, well, as you can tell, it didn't end well for him, to say the least. And of course, trying to be like, so cool, you can't walk around beating up people. And that feels like, it wasn't a beating, it was more of a like demonstration and hierarchy. Inko said like, I don't care what it was. Come here and apologize now. And he'll be like, fine, mom. Goes, he apologized to Mitsuki or whatever. And Bakugo was trying to hit you with that explosion, and that could be like, you don't learn, do you? Hold his face and like slam it into the table, breaking the table. He'll turn to Mitsuki and say, well, whoever you are, miss, I recommend you teach your kid a little something about self-control. Cause one day he may end up attacking the wrong person and getting himself killed. And who knows, if he keeps attacking me, maybe I'll be the one to kill him. No, he tell Mitsuki, so Mitsuki could tell that Deku's serious, and it sounds like little shivers down his spine. No, that seemed like Deku ain't sleep, and he heard a little voice, and he was like, so you're the kid, eh? That's quite interesting. No. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking it was the best commandment to connect, because he already got love. I want Zeldris here, and I want Zeldris here. I want Zeldris when he 10 months streaming. This is he meet Droll. No, Droll. I want Droll. Repose, resonance. I don't know. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing shite. I'm missing Droll commandment. Damn, I think I missed that. Oh. Faith, love, pacifism, piety, purity, repose. This is the Monspeet one. Truth and selflessness. Damn, I forget one. Alright, we can do repose, and this can be a lot senior. No, fuck that. I doing Monspeet. Yeah, I like Monspeet, coolest guy. Monspeet's like one of the coolest people in the last 7 days since anime. And Monspeet will pop up and that could be like, who the hell are you? And Monspeet be like, it seems Meliodas was your first teacher. Seems you have that same attitude as him. And that could be like, you're one of those commandments. So, which one are you? Like, Monspeet would then be like, my name is Monspeet. I'm the commandment of reticence. I think that's what it is. Anyone who expresses hidden feelings or emotions will be unable to speak. And Deku's like, that's not very useful. Monspeet be like, yes, I know. It held me back from telling the one I love how I truly felt about her, but there's a way to work around it. It says you can't explain it face to face, but there's various ways you can work around this commandment if you still happen to meet someone like that in the future. And yeah, so Deku asks Monspeet, so like, what is your ability? He think his ability is trickster, like something so. I can't remember fully. But Monspeet be like, well, it's trickster, and I'm one of the best users of Hellflame in the demon world. No one compares to me. Not even the Demon King himself. Which is true. And I should put his ability to rule in here. I already got an idea. Well, either way, Deku's like, huh? Monspeet be like, yes. Us commandments have different utilities. Some of us are swordsmen, like Zeldris, Meliodas, and that bastard Estarosa. Well, or Mael, whichever one, who cares. Some of us have magical abilities, which is like Melascula and Gloxinia and Grey Rod. Or some people like us, or some people with close quarter abilities like Derriere. And they can be like, doesn't that mean ass? And Monspeet. What I'm trying to say is, kid, is that I'll be teaching you how to utilize flames to your abilities. These flames are hotter than normal flames. Hell, they could even kill an immortal. I'll teach you. Let's go beginner training. So, Monspeet teach Deku how to utilize the flames. How's the best way to use them? Teach you like how he could manipulate flames at will to create either weapons or various long-range attacks. Even teach you how to use the ability Purgatory Flame, Purgatory Bird 182, which is like a phoenix type bird that's homing upon someone that he aiming it at. That and that could even pick up one ability, which is Hellhound. Is Esterosa one, but nah, I use it for Hellhound, which he is like a giant dog made of flames, which burns and destroys everything in its path. But it's like a straightforward attack. It can't turn or anything, so it's more like a run at you, destroy everything type of effect attack. So some of the personality trait he will pick up from Monspeet is like think before. Monspeet is like a type of gentleman, so to say. He's think before he act and think of the best calculations and best way to attack the person. I think he will pick that up from he and Deku before he go on. Deku will ask like Monspeet like, who exactly was the one you were unable to tell you, or unable to talk to, and it's for my thing now, you know. And Deku will be like, not Deku wants to be like, you'll meet her soon enough. I think she's the one with the commandments. She was the commandment of purity. I think only persons who already knew that I truly loved her were Meliodas, the goddess Elizabeth, and maybe a few others. Everyone except her. But I think before I died, she probably realized it, but a little too late. And Deku will be like, well, I'm on field and tell Deku like, well, as it stands, kid, don't make the same mistake as I did. If you do find someone you love, even though the commandment might slowly hold you back, and you won't be able to express your full feelings, you will be able to express them in a way. Just don't regret it like how I did. And most people then disappear. Deku, yeah, can't be like regret it like how he did. And I could be like, wait, can I be affected from the commandment as well? He'd be like, damn. The next person I meet, I gotta ask them that, because these abilities may be useful, but if they're like a double-edged blade, I gotta be cautious of what I say to someone. The explanation of the resonance. I think if I guess the explanation of resonance is anyone who expresses hidden feeling or emotions will be unable to speak. I can't remember if I explained it, but yeah, just to make sure. And so, a few years pass. Deku will bumping into Bakugo every now and then, but Bakugo will keep the distance for now at least. So, years pass. Deku's 15. He meet up with. Not he meet up with. Izzy. Beginning the anime itself. And he be like, damn. It's been 5 years. I haven't met anyone from the commandments in a while. Whatever. I just, after these years, he learned how to utilize his darkness and let him know if he swordsmanship better. Now, me turn that off so I don't think. He physical body and be like this, like Meliodas one. And he be like a slim muscular. He ain't be as short as Meliodas. He can be normal Zeldris. He can be like a normal height. We say he can just be like 5'10", 5'11". Now, teacher goes. That's the over explanation. I know you want to be heroes. Blah 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 blah. All that extra shit. And the teacher would then say, "You only have one student here who's applying for a hero school. The highest hero school, UA. And that's Izuku Midoriya." And everybody like, huh? No. Don't get me wrong. This ain't like the cheerful bitch ass Deku that any normal series. He still wanna be a hero, but it's only like cause he realized that after a while the commandments weren't, some of them weren't really heroes, so to say. They're more like villains and mostly obeyed orders, but he's only doing this for his mother because she thinks he has the ability to become one. So after hearing that, that could be like, yeah, is that a problem with any of you all? He will be like, nope, ain't a problem, nope, huh? I didn't even hear what the teacher say, nope. School day done, Deku walking along, he happened to bump into the Sludge villain. Sludge villain be upon he funny shit. I mean, like, give me your body, kid. Deku knows his name. Deku just keep walking, not acknowledging her name. Sludge villain try to jump on Deku, wrap it around, and Deku be like, so it seems you were talking to me. Hellblaze. Blackish purple flames erupt, burning the Sludge villain and thing, like burning to a crisp. Just how do you say this now? The Sludge villain take off like a piece of his body. I mean, don't in his suit, but like most his body was destroyed, and it burned and that thing, and that last scene thing, All Might would appear, and All Might would be like, I am here, and Deku would just be like walking past it. All Might would be like, hey kid, have you seen a Sludge villain around here? And Deku would be like, whatever's left of him there that's burning away. All Might be like, what? Turn around, see like the black flames like burning the Sludge and thing. I might be like, kid, did you do this? And Deku would just be walking away. Deku would just be like walking away, and no, he ain't be walking away. He be already gone. So All Might would try to look for he, and then they need a little piece of the Sludge villain that escaped would have regenerated in time and attacking Bakugo and saying he lack keys, causing the explosion. I think now All Might already in he debuff farm, he small might farm, And since he was looking for Deku, he eventually ran out of time. So, Deku, Deku already care with the explosion, but in any direction, any path he want to go home. We just say it's that direction. He ain't turn around there. He just in that direction for he path to go home. So Deku will walk up and be like, huh? Thinking in his head, I thought it burned that thing to a crisp. Seems yes, a portion of him escaped. So Deku just dodge a tear, and the heroes will be like, kid, what are you doing? Get back here. One of them will try to touch you, and Deku will look at you with this killer intent. He making you villain back away. And Sludge villain will be like, no, get that kid away from me. Get that kid away from me. And he tell Deku like, if you come any closer, I'll kill him. And Deku stopped upon like a smirk and like, then do it. I couldn't care less about him. Hell, I don't even like him, and we've only met a few times. The only reason I'm walking is because you're on my path to go home. So, this is what we're gonna do. You're either gonna move out my way and continue what you're doing, or that's the first option. Or I'm going to keep walking and I'll burn both of you to a crisp, and I won't be missing, and I won't be missing a part of you like I did last time a few minutes ago. Or third, you can go to the heroes and turn yourself in and let that blonde-haired bastard go. You know, you can decide from the time I walk up to you, and it seems you only have about 10 feet left, so to say. Deku start walking, you start feeling thinking, but he's gonna be like, damn it. The only option I have is to give up myself. But in the crowd, all might hear this and all might push past the like limits and like rush towards the Sludge villain, doing as they can, see if in Bakugo, whatever. And that could be like, So he will walk along, and all might be like, hey kid. Like go down walking and thing. You meet in alley on that road, and All Might was stopping and be like, kid, were you going to really kill both of those people? And Deku was like looking at us like, who the hell are you? And you saying that he saw All Might debuff and thing, and yeah, All Might explain like he whole situation at the end. Like, so back to you. Were you really going to kill him? And Deku's like, yes, without a hesitation or anything, just yes. And All Might be like, why are you using your quirk to be villainous? Deku be like, villainous? I'll have you know I'll be attending UA in the next few months. All Might. And it isn't villainous, so to say. It's just that, how I see it, some villains are meant to be killed. Those who trample over their weak and destroy things for fun deserve to be killed, because even if you arrest them, they'll eventually break out or get set free and go back to the way things were. and it will repeat the cycle. So in my eyes, it's best to kill people like that. They won't kill small time thugs or anything, but in my eyes, some people don't deserve to live. Now, I might get the whole serious Deku is. I'm like, whoa, when this kid gets in UA, we'll have to train him properly so he doesn't turn to the villain side. I might hell, if that's the case, at least let me train you for the next few months. And Deku like, I refuse. I'm like, what? Don't get me wrong, All Might. You are the symbol of peace, but to me, you're just another person. You're nothing special. So now Deku leave, and Deku leave. That same night, he ended up meeting up on Zeldris. Not Meliodas, and Deku like, huh? It took you quite a while to get here. So, which commandment are you? Zeldris decided he armed clothes like a badass and be like, my name is Zeldris. I hold the commandment of piety, and I'm Meliodas' younger brother. So you're Master Meliodas' brother, eh? That's interesting. As I just say, yeah. It seems. We picked up on his traits first. It's gonna be a hell of a trouble. Yeah, that's what Monspeet said as well. I was like, hi, or met Monspeet. That means he probably taught you how to utilize the Hellblaze efficiently. And you're like, yeah, so you said you're the commandment of piety, right? What exactly is that? Well, alongside with the commandment of piety, I'm also the executioner for the Demon King. Well, was the executioner. I'm not currently the king of the demon race. Well, was back in my time. And it's simple. The commandment of piety is anyone who shows their back to the wielder will become an obedient slave. So I can't be betrayed, essentially. Zeldris is like, correct. Before them get the training, Deku asks, like, so, let me ask you something. Is there a way, am I also be able to succumb to the commandment's abilities? And Zeldris will be like, yes and no, so to say. Yes, you'll be able to succumb to certain commandments, like the commandment of truth, or the commandment of selflessness. But the rest, we can do a bit, but those two are the ones who have to be wary of the most. So it's like, huh, I wonder who exactly those guys are. As I just be like, well, enough chit chat, let's get to training. Now, if you know, Zeldris got the best swordsmanship speed, I think any demon realm. Only person I could probably compete with is Meliodas, obviously, and Shell from the 4 Archangels. Should make a 4 Archangels. No, I fought the 4 Archangels. Damn, and Zeldris to teach Deku how to use the sword ability, how to use its speed. Because Zeldris would just like grab, he would hit you about 1,000 different cuts and drop back his sword and heal. He would teach you that. He would teach you Dice Array, which is like a black lightning bolt, if like a red or black beam cannon from the sky, hitting someone, and his original magic power, Ominous Nebula, which sucks in everything around it in a certain area and repels it back with enough force. If you don't know, you don't know. That's the original magic power. But it's just like darkness. It's like a vacuum, so he could suck in like living objects. The only thing he can't suck in is like rocks and trees and things like that. And if you come into contact with the barrier, is like saying that like tenfold and stuff like that, you know? And it's repeat itself till you eventually like a corpse, or till you find somebody how to break through it. No, Deku and Zeldris, like, what was it like being the executioner of the Demon King? And Zeldris was like, our father, the Demon King, wasn't really, well, the loving type per se. How things were back then, me and the rest of the commandments followed his orders obediently. If he said this, we do it without a second thought. And that even includes Meliodas. And Deku will be like, so did he order you to do something you had no interest in doing? And so I'll just be like, yes. At a point in time, the vampires betrayed us. And the woman I loved was a part of it. And I was told to execute them to make, to show that who deserts the demon race, whether you can be a high rank, a low rank, or mid rank, you'll be eventually killed. Deku head was like, yeesh, what's with these guys and losing their lovers? Damn, that's the hell is up with this? And Zeldris will get like a little annoyed and be like, I can hear you now. Like, oh, my bad. And Zeldris will be like, well, that was what he ordered, but I eventually sealed them away, and a few years later it seems like the vampires escaped. I had a altercation with Meliodas and his group. And I'm like, huh? His group? So I was like, yeah, well, if he didn't tell you, that's not my place to say. And so I just didn't explain. I sealed her away, and if she met up with Meliodas, it seems he and his group killed the vampires, and he saved Gelda for me. I hated the way my brother was, how he abandoned the commandments for a woman. But at the same time, I was displeased at myself because I couldn't do the same. So, yeah. And Deku was like, well, so did you eventually meet up with her? And Zeldris was like, yeah. I met up with her, I made up with my big brother. And he was like, oh, I see. Zeldris, before Zeldris goes, Zeldris is like, oh, by the way, that little mark on your forehead, that's a sign you're a part of the demon race. And from what I can tell, the pattern and thing, it seems like you're a descendant of either me or Meliodas, one of the two of us. And Deku was like, huh? I thought this was just an unusual birthmark. I was actually like, no. It's to show you're one from the demon race. And if you put enough of your power into it, it could probably expand. And it also gives you a boost to your magical abilities. And Zeldris will tell Deku, like, try relaxing a bit and you'll see it disappears. So Deku will do it. He relaxed and he always normally this type of purple, right? But he always forget this screen. He always not purple. He had like Meliodas black hair like this. He had Meliodas hair still, but it had black like the Zeldris one. With a few slivers of gold or silver. No, green. That was cool. Yeah, so green, black and green. Pitch black, little strings of green in it. Just a little strands. And Zeldris be like, huh? Seems you have green eyes like me and Meliodas. So I guess you are a descendant of one of us. And that could be like, what the fuck is this? And that could be like, huh, this feels weird. And Zeldris asks, what do you mean? I've always had my mark activated. I never released it before. And Zeldris be like, oh, well, you can reactivate it again if you tense up a bit. And it will stay on till either your power is nearly drained or you release it. And Deku was like, huh. Okay, that's good to know. He'd be like, well, don't forget what I told you, kid, and you can always practice a little bit more with a sword to increase your speed. Things you've only now learned, and you're not really on par with me as of yet. But you did do good for the beginning. No, if Zeldris speed is like 100, Deku speed is like 30. Yup, it like 30. So Deku wake up. He relax. He like go the curse smart. Yeah, curse smart. It's curse smart. The demon mark. I can't remember the name for a second. You walk on and encode it like Zuko. The mark on your head is gone. Deku like, yeah. I learned that I could remove it and activate it at will. She's like, this is the first time I've ever seen your eyes this emerald green. You look good. You look good with those, Deku. And he's like, thanks, Mom. So yeah, that's part I can laugh it off. I know. What do you need to know? Had a fella that a while ago asking for like a female, but that female Deku was one for all sister. Yo, I try to record that right, but I know I can. Like my sis don't allow me to gender bend characters. I know it is, but I can eventually see if I can force myself to put it out and see how it goes, or if not, my guy, you gotta request something else. Yeah. I just left that in. Yeah. I think tomorrow's it'll be villain Deku or Sephiroth? Later.